Good morning. It is Friday. Wow, what a week. Very productive week to be exact. I'm very, very happy to acknowledge all these crazy people that are in our Pixton class photo. Crazy hair challenge is mission accomplished for sure. And again, if you have not changed your hair for crazy hair, that's totally fine. Next week will be a different theme, and I hope that it's going to be a fun one for us all to use and enjoy. For this Friday, I'm super excited because not only did you make it to another week of distance learning, it will be a long weekend coming up, so there's no class on Monday. Please continue to be safe and practice social distancing, and don't get too crazy like these scholars and their hairdos. The most important announcement for today is the Google Meet. It will be at 2 p.m. It will last approximately 30 minutes or so. It would just be a little question and answer, a time for you to say something to your friends, say something to the class. And if you have not read the Google Meet classroom agreement, you must do that so you know what is going to happen. And we could definitely take a look at that right now. There are 8 different agreements. But the most important one, I believe, is the telling your parent that you're joining each video so they know that what you're doing is for school purposes. Turning off your microphone before entering the video. And if you do that, there'll be less voices and we can hear each other just like if we're in the classroom. Only one person is talking at a time. You can turn off your camera if you're not comfortable with that. Again, turning off your video will also help if Wi-Fi isn't working. If you are on screen that have a camera facing wall behind me, if possible, just keep that in mind that is very important. If you have a question or something meaningful to discuss with the teacher, definitely put that in the chat box. And I have a couple of teachers that will be joining us tomorrow, or sorry, today, and so they'll take care of that for me. I will use the chat or raise my hand in the video to ask for a question, and I will wait for my teacher to call on me to turn on my microphone. So if you would like to talk, you just raise your hand on the video or use the chat function, and then I'll turn on, you get to turn on your microphone. And when the Google Meet is finished, when it is done, then you leave also. So I'm going to be the first one to go to get there and the last one to leave. Okay, so make sure that you go through this and remember what you need to do. Especially number one, you have to tell a parent before joining each video. We currently have a total of about 15 kids who gave me permission. So those 15 kids can definitely meet today at 2 p.m. In math today, we're going to have some fun and games using purposeful practice. The knowledge game show will be at 11 a.m. today. I'm just trying to not do too many game shows just because I want to be able to make sure that we have the Google Meets a little bit more. So hopefully one is okay with you starting today and definitely for the next few weeks. In reading and writing, we'll continue learning about light and sound, but we're going to add a little bit of a Flipgrid component of that today. The lateral thinking. So Mr. Hallman actually challenged Usain Bolt to run up a ladder. So the only condition was he was able to choose the course, and Mr. Hallman chose to run up a ladder. And since I don't know if you know this, but Mr. Hallman is the fastest window cleaner in New Dundee. So they use ladders all the time, and he won easily. I want to give a big shout out to a lot of you, to everyone who's been sharing stuff from their family, what they're going through. Having twins, for kids who are coming from a different country. They had to go on a flight to come back to Canada, to just their life story about how they came to Canada. Also, like how certain days are not the best days, but they're going through it. Kids, sharing that they love to go to see their grandparents, and just all those amazing stories that you have shared with me. And I'm definitely learning a lot about you, not just as a scholar, but also as a unique individual. So thank you very much. But I would like to present a huge shout out to one of our newest scholars of our class, Prab. We had a great conversation yesterday, and here are some cool facts about him. Okay, so he was born in Australia. That is a country and a continent. He has one older sister, which actually I talked to prior to talking to his mom. They just moved to Ontario from Saskatchewan for one province to another province. His family back in India, they live in the northern state of Haryana, and it's about 4 hour drive to New Delhi, which is where the major airport is. He enjoys playing outdoor games, coding. So I've sent him some coding stuff that he's gonna do. Jackson and those amazing people who love coding, you might want to get together and do some stuff like that with him. And he loves to play a board game called Ludo. And I'd love to get a hand on of a game of this. Is very interesting for sure. He speaks 3 or more different languages, just like Mr. Mendoza, and he is a great kid and would love to see his classmates today during our Google Meet. So I'd love to see you, Prav, later on today. We have science for today as part of our writing. We talked about the Flipgrid stuff. Your popular dance for movement is the Rockstar dance. It's pretty cool, actually. So enjoy that. Really, really fun. Lara Thinkum puzzle is this: cowboys who lived in the Wild West led a dangerous life. They were at risk from dangerous stampedes, poisonous rattlesnakes, disease, natural disasters, and even gunfights. However, none of these was the most common cause of death, which was something routine but deadly. What was the most common cause of deaths among cowboys? Now, the answer will not be shared on Monday, it'll be shared on Tuesday. Here's some mashup math for you. We are, my goodness, puzzle 18 already. So, again, looking for some number values to make each statement true. So, we have robot plus robot equals 6. So, if you were splitting this equally, what would each of that represent? Okay, and don't forget the lattice. The last part here is the question mark. So when you get to the last one, you're looking at what you have given for a number value for this image, and then you would add them up, and then it will come up with the answer or the sum. Enjoy that. Art for Kids Hub, again, amazing site, and a lot of you are taking advantage of that. It is a long weekend, but before you do the long weekend and turn in your assignment Google Classroom, this is the exit ticket. So we have the memes. So thank you for that. I love all your responses. One of the things that you guys change is, what is one thing you are excited about when we start using Google Meets? So what is something that you are really excited about that we're adding this virtual learning with a little bit of real-time learning? So what are you excited about? And please feel free to share anything with me down here. Please continue to ask your parents if you have permission, just to make sure, and share something, and I'm super excited to see them. That is your Friday, and if you have any questions, concerns, just let me know. And again, we'll see you at 2 o'clock sharp.